Hi, my name is Jennifer Henderson, and this is my persuasive speech for Communications 101. Have you ever been concerned that offenders will repeat the same crime as soon as they're released from prison and go back into society and cause more problems? Many believe that prisoners come out of jail better criminals than when they went in. Our question is our corrections program really working? Is it really rehabilitating the offenders while they're in prison? I believe that there are certain programs that need to be in place, stricter programs to take care of those offenders, so when they're released in society they can work better and they can be better citizens. The real big problem is that we don't have a proper program to deal with the re-entry of prisoners to society. Within 2 years, 60% of the offenders and criminals that come out will be, they will re-offend within 2 years, 60% of them. And this is shown on a chart, on a graph that I have. This shows that the days that they're out, and this is the percentage of how many will be sent back to prison. And you can see it steadily rises. 1 year, 30% will be sent back to prison after they're released from their first crime. Nearly 2 years later, 60% will reoffend, and they'll be sent back. What our goal is to make sure that they don't reoffend and they don't get sent back to prison. A lot of the inmates have mental problems. And there's not proper facilities or proper counseling that deals with these. Many mental patients are sent to mental institutions when they get insanity pleas in court. But many of them are sent to prison to sit there, and there's no help for them. They just sit there and they stew while in prison. So when they're released, they get no real help. What our goal should be is when they come into prison is to be able to send them out to be a member of the society and be very, very productive, get jobs, go, work, be on the baseball teams and work with the society, be decent members of society. A problem is that too many of these opportunities while in prison, like the education, alcohol and drug treatment programs, do severe time cuts for those programs. If you complete those programs, a lot of those programs will give you time off your sentences. And when that happens, these inmates will go in, they will apply for these programs, get in these programs, and just fly through them. And they don't pay attention to the real message that comes across in them. Therefore, if we had stricter programs, we would be able to get through those and teach them the keys that they will need out in society and the tools that will help them to be productive in society. Every prisoner should go through counseling. Every prisoner should go through proper psychiatric evaluations and before they're released in society and before they're released to make sure that they're going to be okay out here and that they're not going to be a danger to citizens out here. The treatment of medical or mental issues, it will take a lot of training. We'll need a lot of psychologists, a lot of officers to do the training that needs to counsel these prisoners. Drug and alcohol programs are very good programs. They teach the inmates a lot. But if we have stricter programs where they have to put more time into these programs and spend more time learning about the problems and addressing their issues, a lot of them would go out to society and wouldn't reoffend. They wouldn't go back and cause problems again if they knew what they were doing. Work release programs need a lot of improvements. I think, and this is one of the ideas that I had, was to send directly from prison, send all the inmates through work release. These prisoners come out, they don't have jobs, they don't have opportunities given to them. So it keeps them off the streets, keeps them engaged in the working society. If there were specific jobs set up for work release programs, then they would be guaranteed a job when they're released from jail. That way, an example is our drug dealers. Sorry, drug dealers. Drug dealers go out, they get sent to prison for dealing drugs. Then when they come out of prison, they can't find a job, they can't find any means, they go right back to dealing drugs again. These are things we want to stop from happening. If there were job opportunities for these offenders, this would not happen anymore. There would be more opportunities given to them. I know that the need for improvements take a lot of money. It takes a lot of money to supply these programs. But I think that if we spent money and some of the budget money into these programs, we could make our society a safer place and cut down the amount of crime that would happen. Because the reoffending of these crimes and the people that come out and they do these crimes again are reasons that the crime rates keep rising. I just want to see a safer society. I think all of us just want to see a safer society. We want to be able to take our children to school and not worry if something's going to happen to them. Or not worry that sexual predators come out and they haven't had the proper counseling they needed and they come out and they cause these problems again. We want to be able to rehabilitate these people. And I know that rehabilitate has been used so lightly in the correctional system, but it really needs to happen. The reform that needs to happen to make sure that our society is safe. These are just a few ideas, and I hope that you will think about them and help our correctional system correct these issues and to help provide money to help these programs to make our society safer. Thank you, and I appreciate the time.